Okay, this is my Aunt Yolanda. She moved from Panama, and I'm going to ask her some questions now. Alright, Yolanda, how old are you?
I am 62.
Alright, where did you come from?
I was born in Panama, Republic of Panama, in Panama City.
When did you immigrate?
In 1994. January 1994.
Alright. When did you arrive in your new location?
Okay, let's see. I came here directly in a military charter plane from the Navy base in Panama to, I think it was a Navy base or an Air Force base in Charlotte, South Carolina.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly if it was Charlotte. Yeah, I think it was Charlotte, South Carolina. And then from there, we came to Chicago.
Okay. How old were you when you immigrated?
20 years ago, so 42.
Okay. So why did your family decide to leave?
Well, actually, my family is in Panama still. The only one that moved here with me. And the reason I moved is because I was married to an American citizen, and this person was in the Navy, and when he was transferred to Chicago, we had to leave. He was transferred to the Navy base here in Great Lakes, so I had to live with him. I thought that was the right thing to do.
All right. So did you have to overcome any obstacles?
I guess for your project, it's not going to be that exciting because I would say no. The story of it is that everything, since I was married to an American citizen, everything was handled through the Navy and United States Embassy in Panama. So when I came here, I just presented the papers as for residency, and everything was fine and mailed to our new address, which was here in the Great Lakes area. So in that sense, there was no really any hassle or any problems at all. Everything was handled by the Navy and the U.S. Embassy in Panama. So.
All right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, did you have to change any habits of yours, such as eating, dressing, or leisure activities?
Well, yes, I will say that was the major obstacles. If I can give you some, the major obstacles was, leaving the family that I love and I couldn't bring with me, not because they didn't want to come. Well, anyway, no, you don't have to say that. It's just, everybody has their lives there, so it's just me. So I had to leave everybody behind. So that was one of the major things that still 20 years later, I always miss them every day. And the main things that I had to change was obviously related to weather because, coming to this winters here, it was really something I was not used to. So I had to change the way, I had to learn how to dress for the weather and drive in this weather and all that. Another thing that I can mention that was, hard to get used to was to work in a very very highly technical environment like the biological laboratory now, but 100% in English all the time. So since English is my second language, it was kind of like an adjustment to constantly be speaking in another language. Fortunately for me, I was very familiar with the language since I learned it since I was in school, but it was an adjustment that I can consider, a little tough.
Yeah. So, would you give any advice to someone who would be thinking about moving to the U.S.?
Well, I will say that the thing that made everything very easy for me was that I came here with as a professional with an education. So I immediately had something to offer to this country, and that really helped me transition without changing my professional life, which was very important to me. I would have not been happy leaving a job that I loved in Panama and coming here and not finding a similar job and having to do something completely different. But I was very lucky in the sense that because of my education, I was able to contribute and find a job right down, like very similar to what I was doing in Panama. So I will say, if you're going to move to a country like this, if the culture is very different, you have to do your homework, learn some things about the people, the country, and find out what you can offer to the country, so you can direct your efforts to find a right job for you, so you can be successful here.
All right, that's some great advice. So, are you visiting your family now?
I go every year to visit my family, yes, or they come over here to visit me.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Yolanda. This has been great.
Oh, that's it? Oh, I thought there were more questions.
Well, thank you.
Well, I hope it helps, and sorry I don't have any struggles. I really didn't have any issues with the immigration process.
That's
although,
fine.
It was 20 years ago, so things were a little different. And as
Yeah.
I say, the fact that everything was handled by the U.S. government and
All right.
yeah, no problem. I'm very happy to help, and I'm very excited about the project. I didn't know what you were expecting because I was telling Bob yesterday, like, well, I don't know if this is going to be as exciting as it is for other people that have gone through a lot of problems. I'll do my best, to explain how everything came, to be.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome, Ryan. Anytime.
See you soon.
Say hi to everybody.
I will. All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.